It's May 20... Oh, no, what time is it?
What the fuck was that?
Screen's so far away. I'm tired. I can't read it. There's a light in my eye. Right. It's May 2000. Clinton, Blair, Putin, anti-capitalist protests in London, piracy protests at Napster. It's an low-rise jeans and crop top era. Brad Pitt marries Jennifer Aniston. Britney did it again. Marshall Mathers is shady. Santana's supernatural. Cinemas get greats like Gladiator, Randy Teens in Road Trip, Scientologists in the boring bomb that was Battlefield Earth, and another Scientologist returns to woo audiences in, what is it, AJ?
Mission Impossible 2. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. That was peak my teenage years.
You can see it, can't you?
I can fucking smell it. Oh man, getting the first mobile phones.
Oh,
American Pie.
This is just rewind classic youth.
Blink 182, Sum 41, all that sort of stuff that was going on.
Welcome back to the Rewind Classic Movies podcast about films we probably saw as kids, even if we didn't understand the adult themes. I'm GB, and with me is my co-host AJ.
Yes, it's me, AJ, everybody's favourite film critic who actually knows very little about film at all.
Well, standard. What have you been up to? What have you been doing? What have you been watching?
Not a great amount at work, really, to be honest. It's been quite stormy, so my work has been quite a lot. Finished watching Industry on the Beeb.
Oh, all the sex.
Whoa, have you been having a gander?
No, not yet.
I mean, you should. Whoa.
Well, the problem is I spent most of my life since I spoke to you last on a plane, and it doesn't feel like particularly good plane material.
Definitely do not watch it on a plane. No, it's basically porn.
Fantastic. I did, funnily enough, I was on a plane, which is where I've done most of my watching over the past couple of weeks, and one of the things I watched was Trading Places.
Nice.
And
Great
there's
film.
more boobs in that than I remember, so I had some
Really?
awkward plane moments as it was, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And you'll like this, the other thing I watched on a plane was Executive Decision. Oh.
I watched that a few months ago. I mean, what a great film.
Isn't it great?
What a great film. It's just when that thing, when it comes up out that stealth jet to the bottom of the plane and it all...
Yeah. There was
great.
a little modern joy in seeing Steven Seagal killed off quite early.
It was great, wasn't it? I mean, I did think like, that gets killed off quite early. I like that. That's great. Yeah. And then Kurt Russell saves the day. I mean, it's wonderful. What more do you want?
And then the only other thing I watched, I watched loads of stuff, but the thing that stands out was Men in Tights.
I've obviously seen it, but I haven't watched it for a long time. That's wicked.
Yeah. Having watched Carrie Elwes in Princess Bride, I thought, you know what? I'll go and do Men in Tights.
Nice.
And couldn't get through it.
No way.
Yeah. There's probably a conversation for another time, but I got about 20 minutes in, if that, and thought, no, I don't fancy this.
Oh, mate, I thought that was a good spoof.
Maybe it was my plain mentality, but God, no, I couldn't do it.
But I have been watching the last few days a couple of Mary Beard, all about the Romans. She's a historian that talks about the Romans, and Alistair Sook on ancient Greek art and how it shaped the Renaissance and sort of modern art that we know today. It's really fucking boring train level spotting anarchism, but I love it. It's my bag.
This sort of thing is your bag, baby. Right, before we get into it, remember you can join us over on Patreon for behind-the-scenes updates, early episodes, monthly live hangouts, and more, like one we've got coming up soon. It's just patreon.com/rewind classic movies.
But you can also support the show for free by leaving a review wherever you listen or by telling someone else about it. Please do that, even if you know someone that likes Mission Impossible 2. Then send them a link or tell them to search for us, even if they don't like Mission Impossible 2, send it to them anyway. You didn't think I was going to do that, did you?
No, I didn't. I was surprised, and if anyone's watching the video version, they'll see my surprise and joy and pride that you're actually doing it.
Because he sent me a little script today, which I'd completely forgotten about, and I knew it was coming. And it said, but it does say, please do that if you know someone that likes XXX, name of movie XXX. So I was like, shit, what are we reviewing really quickly? I couldn't think.
You did really well. Right, directed by John Woo, who had just done twin Travolta flicks Broken Arrow and Face Off. Ooh, what a movie.
Oh, what a movie. Yeah.
What a movie. Mission Impossible 2 was released in 2000 and cost $125 million. It was a radical stylistic shift for the franchise, leaning heavily into Woo's signature slow-motion walking, doves, slow-motion action, motorcycle duels, and slow motion gun kicking. It would go on to make $546 million worldwide, becoming the highest grossing film of 2000, Woo's highest grossing film ever. But despite mixed reviews, it would go on to help cement Mission Impossible as the long-running blockbuster franchise that is, which we all thought was over after the 8th movie, but still seems to be subject to rumours of another one coming, this time from another Chinese director, Chloe Zhao. AJ, tell me about your history with this movie.
I saw this film in a picture house in Canada.
Oh.
Now, and I remember seeing it. To be honest, I don't think I really remember the film all that well, but I remember seeing. I could tell you the movie house I was at. I can see it today. It was in a mall, and I remember the mall because it was fucking huge, like mental huge. Well, I mean, probably normal levels of huge, but this is me coming from Porthcurno, right?
Yes.
Truro was the largest city that I knew. And this is back in the day when Penzance didn't even have a Tesco or a Safeway or a Morrison's as it is today. Like we had to go to Truro for the shopping, which is like, that was an hour and a half round trip for us, So
enough about fucking 1980s and 90s Cornwall. Oh, fuck me, what about the movie?
I remember that I'd gone to see it, and there's sorry, what do you want? I'm fucking reminiscing. What?
Rewind classic childhood. Cornish childhood.
That's basically what it is, isn't it? It's the films that we remember as kids or maybe didn't. Anyway, I remember this fucking mall. And
oh God, we're back on the mall.
Fuck it. Well, that's it.
The movie.
That's it. That's all I remember. There you go.
Great.
That's my history with it. And I've maybe seen it once since, and now I've had to see it again.
Did you like Mission Impossible 1?
Yes, I did.
I loved it. It's a really great thriller.
It's a thriller, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a thriller.
Exactly. It's exactly
thrilling.
a thriller. Yes. It is not an action movie per se.
I know that picking the sequel seemed to a lot of people to be a bit of an odd choice, but Mission Impossible 2 was the first DVD I ever bought for my own DVD player. So this is very nostalgic. It was very exciting and thrilling at the time. It was just a huge movie, right? It was a huge moment when this came out. And this was a time when I was 18 and managing a video store. I was watching so many movies at this point in my life. I'd have movies on in the shop that I'd watch, and then I'd take 2 or 3 home to watch that night and in the morning before work. And this movie had been lingering on my sort of want-to-watch list this year for quite a while. And I was really excited to put it on. We'll talk more about what we think of it later. Should we move on to the start of the movie?
I mean, we could just end it right now if you like. I'm
just
happy.
Rank it.
Let's rank it and be done with it. Thank you very much. 10 minutes, we're done. That was yeah. But no, it's fine.
And 9 of those minutes was you in your Canadian cinema.
Well, it was in a Canadian cinema. So how did they have a fucking basketball court in the middle of this mall? It's blowing my fucking mind. I mean, you keep talking about how you managed a fucking video store. Right. Anyway, we open. Paramount logo. Sydney Opera House establishing shot, Biosite Pharmaceuticals, some Russian-sounding Eastern Bloc guy sort of waxing lyrical about heroes and shit, and then shooting himself up with this Chimera virus kind of thing that definitely shouldn't have been developed from the monologue that he's giving. He's got 20 hours to go. And then he walks out the building, ring a roses, all the kids are playing, and he looks like, oh shit, what have I done? Kind of shot, oh, this is serious. Then you're on a plane, Tom Cruise, he's the bad guy, fucking what's going on here? Oh. And then Tom Cruise's cousin's in on it as well. What's going on? And then all of a sudden, the Duke of Monmouth from Moulin Rouge is flying the plane as well. It's like, what is this all about? It's all right. It's just Tom Cruise in a mask. Fair play. And then they crash and everyone seems to die. They jump out of the plane and then it's rock climbing and it's all relaxing and nice. But I won't talk about the rock climbing.
And what at all? Or
well,
just now?
Yet. Because otherwise it's just going to,
Everyone's really looking forward to you talking about the rock climbing.
No, I'm not. No, I've got nothing much to say. It's fine.
I don't mind the opening sort of scientisty bits in this, but when we get to the opening titles, this is where it sort of really sets the tone for me and it becomes a bit ridiculous. Ethan Hunt on that mountain. Would you call it a mountain? What do you call it? A big rock?
It's not a mountain. No, it's just it's a cliff, it's a crag, it's a Yeah, I wouldn't.
Seems a bit more than that. Anyway, him
not
being
a
on
mountain,
that
though, is
is
it?
pointless. Like, I know he's talking about being on holiday, but it's pointless. And this whole scene is almost there just to serve as a backdrop to these old-fashioned, sort of boring titles. And what can we do for 3 minutes while we put people's names on the screen?
It's just bigging him up as a fearless action kind of guy who thrives on adrenaline.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, we'll talk about the rock climbing later. But I was going to say, just the whole thing is ridiculous, stupid,
Yes.
and no one would do that, but we'll come back to it.
Well, not just that bit. I mean, surely the whole movie. But,
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, let's get it out of the way, shall we?
Should we just do the rock climbing?
No.
No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to it then.
We'll come back to it.
The glasses inside the missile made me laugh, just for how ridiculous it is, because I'm laughing at it. I'm not really laughing with it. You know, when the missile gets dropped off on the...
It's quite funny. I mean, it's
Big
just that the
mountain.
helicopter turns up, the guy points and then shoots this missile. And
Yeah.
inside of some sunglasses. Right, did you notice, though, and I've written down this some notes later on, but anyway, as we're here, he takes the thing off and the glasses go out, and they've got fucking chalk on the ends. Like, they've already shot that once, and he's had to put them back in, screw the top on for another retake.
I'm going to try not to go too far into the start of the movie, but it's really all over the place between the plane, the mountain, the burglary, and then the car chase, the bedroom scene, and the Anthony Hopkins house thing. I mean,
Mate, he
fucking
falls
hell,
in love with her pretty quick.
doesn't he? That's another
Whoa.
complaint I got later on I was going to mention. But
Fair
just
enough.
The
Yeah.
first, I don't know, 10 minutes, if even that, I don't know. It's just like, how many things have we just thrown together here? I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on. It's stupid, but it's like, God, give us a chance. And it's not even in like a good, frenetic, exciting way. It just bounces around.
It just doesn't really make any coherent sense at all. I mean, the plane is cool. And then it's just,
Sure.
after that,
Yes.
it just gets like, whoa, what's going on here? I'm not really sure I follow.
I don't really have any complaints about the plane bit, apart from maybe the mask. But we'll come on to that later.
I thought the car chase was a bit GoldenEye,
Yes, wasn't it?
you know?
Yes. Yeah, good comparison.
Burr, burr,
GoldenEye,
burr.
which came 3 years before.
Yeah. I think they could have got Eric Serra to do the soundtrack for it.
Oh, God, can you imagine?
It would have made the film better if Eric
It couldn't
Serra.
have made any... I'm going to hold judgment. I'm going to hold judgment. Love this movie as when I was younger. Let's talk about how this movie came to be,
Let's.
because it's more interesting than the movie. William Goldman, who wrote the last movie we did, The Princess Bride, was apparently the first person to put pen to paper on Mission Impossible 2. He said, quotes, "All that's left of mine is the climax, the climbing up the rock sequence." So I don't quite know if he means the beginning and the end. But he said, "I couldn't come up with a good villain, and Bob Town did." Now, Bob Town officially wrote the screenplay, and he said before he got involved, there were already existing action scenes planned, which is a crazy way to do things. No story, you know, they just had to write around the action that they wanted. And comes across, doesn't it?
Yeah. Fully.
I never understand that mindset. I know you need some set pieces and things, but I suppose it depends on what level they were planned out and how much they wanted them in there. But come up with a story first. Just an idea.
Yeah, I mean, coming in from number one, it does feel like it's such a departure. Such a departure. But mind you, having said that, Alien and Aliens,
Yeah.
two completely wildly different films.
I think you can't knock the approach, but you can knock the execution.
The execution just did not work, did it?
Did
Not
it?
at all.
Whoa, we don't know.
Whoa. I mean, whoa.
Tom Cruise regretted killing off Emilio Estevez's Jack Harmon character from the previous film, you know, when he gets crushed by the lift.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and John Woo tried to think of ways to explain how Emilio Estevez might have survived from the previous movie, but gave up because it seemed implausible. Probably not the most implausible thing in a movie, but alas. Production was held up by problems with the screenplay, as well as budget issues. And once filming started, Tom Cruise took a break to go and promote Eyes Wide Shut.
What?
Yeah. So Mission Impossible 2 was originally set for a Christmas release date of December the 17th, 1999, but was delayed to a Memorial Day weekend release. I've no idea when that is. It's in May. It's May the 24th, 2000. So that's why this film becomes the first one to be post-1990s era and our first 2000 movie, by way of a technicality.
I'm with you. I see.
So let's talk about the cast, the acting, the directing. Start with Tom Cruise. What do you think?
His hair is long.
He's rock and roll, baby.
I mean, he's got the long hair. He reminds me of his role in Rock of Ages.
Rock of Ages.
I love that film.
Yeah.
It's so good. And he's great in that. He's got long hair in that as well.
Maybe we should talk about that next week on the Fast Forward when we talk about the career of Tom Cruise.
Well, we could absolutely. Yes, very well. We could.
Or as I'm calling it, the Tom Cruise Eras Tour.
Yes. Love it. That's Taylor Swift, isn't it? Yes, good. I'm glad that I know that one. Yeah.
I couldn't sleep 2 nights ago. I had like weird insomnia, and I got up and sat on the sofa and thought, what shall I watch? I ended up watching 3 episodes of a documentary about her Eras Tour, which is maybe why I've called it that.
Is it any good? Because I've seen
it.
it.
It's a good documentary. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Because I don't mind. She's not my bag, but
she is my bag, baby.
Is she?
Yes.
Oh, right. Oh, very well.
Anyway, Ethan Hunt.
Anyway, God, should we talk about this film?
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid talking about this
Anything
film,
but.
to be honest, exactly.
I quite like this version of Ethan Hunt. And in the first movie, he was kind of nervous and not that super confident.
He was a new agent kind of thing, I felt,
Yeah. I like that some of it remains in this a little bit, more than like the modern movies. I like the look of him with the longer hair. He's a bit more rock and roll. And his look, for me, sort of sums up the movie. It's kind of more outrageous and rock than that clean-cut Hunt. Oh, let's be careful saying that. The clean-cut Hunt of the first movie.
Very good. It's true. He was very clean-cut. I think he was sort of that kind of new agent, first gig kind of movie, and now he's got the long hair and sort of stuff. I think, all right, if we're going to draw comparisons to Bond, which obviously we probably shouldn't, but we're going to.
That.
He falls in love with his women and cares about his women, and he has women, sequentially throughout the films, as we know, going through to the last one, the last reckoning, something, final reckoning, some
Final
sort of reckoning. And he's always sort of in love with a girl, quite seriously, whereas Bond, although sleeps with women, doesn't really care if they die. The mission comes first. Likes his women and wants to, the mission. What did I say?
No, you said the mission comes first, which is quite right. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Mission comes first.
I just amused myself with the mission comes first.
Yeah, the mission.
Sorry. Carry on.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
When Bond sleeps with women, the mission comes first.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
It's gone. There you go. Yeah. Did I like his character? I don't know. Not really.
How quickly he gets close to Thandiwe Newton's character and starts caring about each other is just ridiculous.
Mate, they're in a bathtub and she's a professional thief and like, all right, that's kind of cool, and there's a bit of flirty going on. And then it's just like, then they sleep together. Okay, cool. And it's like, yeah, but I'm going to, you've fallen in love with her. That's silly. This doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Just doesn't work. No, just no.
What do you think of Thandiwe Newton? She's from your neck of the woods.
Is she?
West Cornwall girl, mate. Penzance, I think she's from.
Sorry, I need to immediately pause here and now Google. There we go. Where she settled in Penzance. So her father could help run the family's antique business. She attended St Mary's Roman Catholic Primary School and she said about age of father. I didn't know that. And her dad run a fucking...
Newton's Antiques, yeah.
I don't know Newton's Antiques.
No, I don't know. I made that up.
Oh, right.
Should we talk about the fucking movie?
Why not? Sorry. No, that blew me away. I had no idea she was a local girl. Well, I say local girl. She wasn't a fucking local girl. But anyway, sorry.
No, quite.
What? Sorry, you're going to have to ask me what I thought of Sandy Newton's character.
What did you think of Sandy Newton?
Well, how do you pronounce it?
Tandy, isn't it?
Tandy, is it? I don't fucking know.
Got T in it, for one.
It's not Cornish, I'll tell you that much.
So Thandiwe Newton is Nyah.
Yeah.
My first thought on this was, God, she's young.
Man, I remember her from Penzance.
Oh, dear. I mean, she's 27 in this. I first saw her... I think it would have been a bit before this, when she was starring in a movie called The Leading Man, which I was only watching because it had John Bon Jovi in it. And in it, John Bon Jovi can only be described as wiggling his hands through her pubic hair.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Actually. I mean, you would know because you like John Bon Jovi. I mean, the first time I saw her was Market Jew Street.
Local reference nobody will get.
I know, right?
I don't know about you, but I thought she was sort of shamelessly sexualized initially in this movie. Shots over her shoulder, showing her boobs, putting the jewels down her top, and then at one point she says, "Spank me."
Yes, right. Yeah, it was
Is that just
definitely
us being old men now?
I don't know, when she put the jewels or the, I don't know, the diamonds or whatever, the necklace she's got, and it's going down her top, it did feel a little bit like, oh, there's no real need for that. But
I don't think I had a problem with it at the time.
No, God, no. I think rewatching it, I noticed it for sure.
She's good in this, though. I think she's very good in this.
I don't know. I've got
I've got no opinion. You don't care.
I don't think I have an opinion. I don't know if she was good or bad. I'm largely indifferent about her.
But she said she had a bit of an unpleasant experience on set. She said working with Tom Cruise, he was stressed over the expectations for the sequel, and because of some of the shitty lines during that balcony scene, he was really just feeling it, and so they workshopped it, and she said it pushed her, quotes, into a place of terror and insecurity.
Whoa.
But she doesn't seem bitter about it, to be fair. She said later, bless him, and I do mean bless him because he was trying his damnedest.
To get her to convert to
Scientology,
yeah.
I don't know if this is his pre-Scientology era or what.
No, God, no, that was Mimi Rogers got him into Scientology. It was early on.
Mimi Rogers, the sex doll from Austin Powers.
That was her. Well, that was his first wife, wasn't it, Mimi Rogers?
Yes.
I don't know if she
was.
was.
No, she was a sex doll.
Was she a sex doll?
I got that wrong.
No, she wasn't. No,
she was in Austin Powers, though, right? Anyway, this movie.
Anyway, I don't think so. But back to Mission Impossible 2.
She was in Austin Powers. Sorry.
Was she?
Yes, she was.
I'll
in
be
Austin
damned.
Powers.
How about that? Good for her. Well done.
She was. Well, I'm going to have to confirm it now. She was. What year was Austin Powers? 1997. She was Marie Kensington. Mrs. Kensington.
Oh, Mrs. Kensington. She was the mother, wasn't she?
Yes.
Of course.
Hello, Mrs. Kensington.
Of course. Bloody hell. Sorry.
Dougray Scott,
who without this guy in this film would be absolute garbage.
Really?
Absolutely.
You like him?
I like him a lot. I think he fucking saves this film.
Ooh.
I think he doesn't save the film. He's the only good thing in this film.
He tries to save the film.
He tries to save the film. I think he's fucking evil. I think he plays it so well. And I love him as an actor. I love it. He's in Twin Town. Are you familiar with a film called Twin Town? It's one of my favourite films. It's great. It's a pretty shitty city. You'd have to watch it. It's great. It's just a really local sort of Welsh film, but it's very fun.
And he's Scottish, though, right?
He is Scottish, but he studied in Wales. Like I think he lived. I think he went to drama school in Wales because I think Cardiff try and claim him as his own, even though he's Scottish. I seem to remember something about his youth or what have you.
Yeah, I do like his evilness in this, like when he chops the bloke's finger off.
Almost. I love the evilness in this film. He dresses like he's got a tie on at some point. He's also got kind of a leather jacket. He's got this kind of like terrorist casual chic look going for him. It's just cool. I love his character. I think he plays it really, really well. And yeah, no, I have a lot of time for him in this film. I think he plays a character brilliantly.
There's a couple of moments that do him dirty for me. There's one slow-mo moment of many when Nyah arrives and he just looks like gormless and empty just because of the moment they've chose to slow down. And then when she takes her clothes off and he looks like the sight of her ass is about to make him cry. Mm-hmm. It doesn't do him any favours. And then when he says his character is gagging for it and he has, quotes, the burden of sex to deal with. I found him so like amusing at the same time as being a bit of a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But whatever happened to him? He turned down Wolverine in X-Men for this.
You're joking?
No.
Oh, mate.
What a mistake of the maker.
But, I mean, you never know, though, do you? I mean, the thing is, you've got Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible on the table, and you've got some superhero Marvel. Is it Marvel? No.
It is Marvel.
It is Marvel. Is it?
Who cares?
I don't fucking know. No, it's not. It's the other one. I mean, it must be difficult as an actor. Like, what do you go for? Like, this looks good and this looks good. And then suddenly, I mean, it made the other guy, whose name I've completely forgotten.
Hugh Jackman.
That one. That one.
What do you think of Anthony Hopkins? I thought he was excellent.
He was great. It's Anthony
This was
Hopkins.
an uncredited cameo.
I was expecting John Voight, bizarrely, but of course I know he died, so it doesn't surprise me that Anthony Hopkins came back. It's a shame he didn't come back in the other films.
Yeah, you can see what they were going for by getting Anthony Hopkins to replace John Voight, can't you, really?
Oh, absolutely.
They offered it to Ian McKellen.
So I read,
Yeah, turned it
which
down.
should have been quite interesting. But he must have, I don't know,
You
turned it
must
down.
get to the mission. Randall
Yeah.
Fools. Ving Rhames is back from Mission Impossible 1. He had to drop out of Any Given Sunday because of production delays. I'm not sure if that's on Any Given Sunday or the ones that happened on Mission Impossible, but it's good to have him back.
He goes on to be in all of the other films. I mean, he's in
Yeah,
every
right.
film, isn't he? He's great. I like his character a lot. I like his character.
He's good. And then we got John Paulson as Billy Baird, who's like the guy, the helicopter pilot who
Australian
also is
guy.
on the team.
Yeah.
I really liked him in this, and actually I thought I kind of missed that in the later movies.
Well, he
where
becomes
he's
Simon,
sort of replaced by Simon Pegg. Right?
Exactly, yeah, that's right. He's basically Simon Pegg's character, isn't he?
Yeah. But this was his penultimate movie as an actor.
Really?
Yeah, I wondered what happened to him as he never appeared in the sequels. And he became a rather successful TV director, and he did things like Fringe and The Walking Dead.
No, Fringe, because I think that is an Australian. I think it might be an Australian production, or at least the actress is Australian. I like anyway.
I like the scene where he gets sort of semi-strangled by the blonde bloke and held up against the wall. I don't know, really liked it.
Yeah,
It's sort of light relief without being overly comic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we like Simon Pegg, but I think the problem with Simon Pegg in almost any movie is you go, well, that's Simon Pegg.
yeah, it's true.
Any more actors or anything you want to talk about?
No, I forget the name of the guy who had his finger cut off. He's an Australian actor.
Yes.
And I dropped him the fact that he's in Moulin Rouge.
Richard Roxburgh.
That's the one. He's quite an evil henchman. Definitely feel him. Instead, he's got this kind of South African accent that just doesn't really work.
I thought you'd comment on the South African.
Because it's like, oh no, that's someone putting on a South African accent. That's not a native South African accent.
I don't know why either.
No, I mean just be Australian. It's fine, mate. Don't worry.
We could talk about John Woo, but we're going to talk about John Woo by just talking about what John Woo does very shortly. Should we talk about the visuals?
Well, let's. How much slow-mo?
Yes.
So this film is 124 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd not put the slow-mo in,
If you kept it all real time.
it'd be fucking 90 minutes and we'd be in and out and I'd be less worried than I am now.
I know Woo's famous for his over-the-top use of it. And even Julia just said, watching this, she went, there's a lot of slow-mo in this.
Man, we all sat down and watched it as a family, kind of excited to see it a little bit, or at least everyone was, because we have recently, we even went to see the latest Dead Reckoning or Last Reckoning or whatever the fuck it's called at the cinema. We went and we watched like a couple or three back to back, and it was cool, you know. And so everyone was like, "Oh yeah, one of the early ones, great, cool." And then, wow, there's a lot of slow mo in this, and there's a lot of doves in this.
Yes.
And then you got all these fucking speed ramps all over the shop.
Oh,
it's like,
mate.
Oh, do you notice that as well?
So my notes for this, the top three are speed ramps, slow-mo and birds. And you've just reeled them off.
Oh, mate. Sorry.
I'm just going to
That's
do them in
funny.
the order that, right, I've got them, right, and we'll go through
on.
it. The speed ramps. Some of the speed ramps in this are wonky. Like
Oh,
the title
awful.
cliff scene as
The
the camera
janky
moves
as
around him
fuck.
on the helicopter and it's sped up. But it's at a weird pace where it's not real time and it's not an effect. It's just a bit up and down. Then we get it again in other places when Hunt's looking at his desk and he's looking at a laptop and the camera moves around him. It's just like, what is this? These days it would be like a swift and smooth and decisive move. Now it stands out. Probably didn't back then, but it's more noticeable for me, these speed ramps, because it's something that bugs me when I review content from people that I work with in my teams. And so, like, you know, having a defined, real nice, rock solid speed ramp is important in work. And so when you see this, you're like, look, either keep it full speed, normal speed, or fucking get it over and done with quicker. What is this, like, wobbly shit going on?
It was horrific. I mean, it was horrific, and I'm so glad you picked them up as well, because it's the only thing I was talking about. It's just all of us like slow mo, and then the speed ramp bits as it just just fucking. But here's the thing, right? We'd had The Matrix a year before, and there's so much in this that feels Matrix.
Do you think?
Especially the fight bits and pieces, like the over the top, like I don't know, he's running up infiltrating that sort of island base at one point, and he punches the guy and then punches the guy, and then he does this weird backflip with his leg where he just roll, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
I'm not kidding you. That's my very next note.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ridiculous, over-the-top flip kick Hunt does. I've almost immediately followed by a slow-mo drop down from the rafters, and then a slow-mo of birds flapping their wings for no reason. I mean, oh my God. But because this was a real period of movie digestion for me, I think a lot of it rubbed off on me as like a filmmaker and a creator, because I realised it can be naff. I can occasionally be known for using too much slow-mo, ironically.
Oh, mate, I love slow-mo. I use it all the time. Well, I use it all the time. Christ, I'm not a content like you, but you know, when I do it, I like it, and I always try and film in, I don't know, 120 or whatever, so I can, if I want to, I can slow it down. You know, that's absolutely fine. But just subtly, not like all the fucking time.
That's the thing. It's just like, it's all over the shop the way it changes. But the funny thing was, as I was typing my notes about slow-mo, Ethan Hunt comes on the screen and says, "Isn't there a way we can speed this up?" Well, that was quite a nice touch. But then you got the fucking birds. Birds are a fucking thing in this. Wu loves them, and if memory serves, he did all of this again in Face Off as well with the bloody birds. There's a shot. The one that stands out for me is a shot of a burning door frame, followed by a dove flying through the door, and then a slow-mo hunt. Yeah. I mean,
and it just drags on for too long. That one shot, way too long.
Yeah, everything's in that shot.
We were all laughing.
Yes, I made the note that Julia laughed at it. She saw it and went, "What the fuck is this?"
We were all laughing, and it's
the thing is, though, we weren't laughing in 2000, though, were we?
I did. I remember talking to a friend of mine, or maybe my nephew even, about it. And I remember saying at the time, this is a Matrix ripoff.
But it's nowhere near as good as the Matrix.
Obviously.
Things that don't need to be said.
That's all I've got.
Let's be positive. Let's talk about the action, right? There wasn't as much action in this as I thought.
I've got a thing about that later, but I don't know. We're here now, right? It was boring.
Yeah.
Right? Really, really boring. Like, there was no action at all. There were large... But it wasn't even like there was dialogue or like interest. It just was boring. It just dragged, and we were all thinking like, Jesus, this is really boring. All of us.
So someone said something that I think I'm going to steal. I can't remember who said it. It might be one of our Patreons. But they said it's like a glorified music video. And it's like, yeah, I can see that. Like, the whole movie is a 90-minute music video. Ironically, with not very much music in it, but we'll come back to that when we talk about music. Just the whole movie was more normal and less actiony than I remembered. I was expecting this all-out Woo fest, and like, don't get me wrong, Woo is all over it, but it almost felt restrained.
Look at the subsequent films, or you look at the first film, and there was significantly more action in those, I think.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: at the end, even after they get off the motorbikes and do all that shit, and jump off the motorbikes and grapple each other and all that
Ridiculous.
kind of crap, it feels like a fucking WWF or WWE now. That shows my age. A wrestling thing. The fight scene. Like, if you notice the fight scene, he sort of like hits him and he goes down, and then they sort of like, they stumble around each other, and then another one will hit the other one. It's like a wrestling match.
Yeah.
It's not at all like a dirty, I'm going to get it. It's wrestling. Watch it again and you'll see the wrestling.
I thought that fist and feet fight between Hunt and Ambrose, I thought it was pretty good, but it might be a marker of how bad the rest of it was. But I thought it had some sort of solid, brutal moments. I don't want to go as far as to say reminded me a bit of Casino Royale, but it had an element of that to it, but largely ruined by too much slow-mo again. And then, as Hunt walks away from what he thinks is the dead Ambrose, only to find himself with a gun pointed at him, this bonkers chance of standing right on top of another gun in the sand, and then, fuck me, kicking it, and somehow it flies vertically straight up. I mean, what in the name of physics, Batman, was that?
Right.
I know we have to suspend disbelief in movies a bit, but fuck me.
And there's so much sand in that breach, it would have probably just blocked immediately.
I don't know if this is a hot take now to say this or not, but I don't think the action's very good.
No. No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think the editing's very good. I don't think
It's awful.
the direction was very good either.
Sadly not. Oh, we haven't even got to the climbing yet.
No. What do you think of the bike action?
I mean, he likes driving motorbikes, doesn't he? Oh, Tom. A bit boring.
No. It's almost one of the things I remember most from the movie. The bit that starts with Hunt shooting down a bloke on a bike overhead, and at times had like this little home movie vibe about it when they get outside. It's like some odd choice of angles coupled with like the housing estate that you see in the background, the wooden fences, and like this daytime light setting. It just felt like a real strange choice. And the lighting conditions are so all over the shop in terms of their consistency. But we get this, I'm going to generously call it this iconic swing of Cruise on the bike as he sort of turns around and rotates the gun in slow-mo, right? Cool shot. They do it and they show it from different angles, I think 3 times, the same move.
Yep.
And then you've got them, the bike, and they're skating along the road alongside the bike. Fuck me. Ridiculous. And then the bike crossover jump. So you know the bit where like one of them jumps over the other. We see them do that. That's the same movement, not different jumps. We do the same jump 4 times, replayed from different angles. Dreadful. I rewound it 3 times. Go, what the fuck am I watching here?
There's when he does that, I think it's that sort of somersault kick or some sort of something. There is at least 3 different angles where it's like this angle, that angle, that angle. And it's like, stop that. Please stop that.
They don't cut together. Like they've gone, we'll take that shot. We'll rewind it, but show
jarring.
It
It's jarring. Yeah. It's jarring. Really, that's right. I don't like it. Yeah.
But brace yourself. I'm going to say something nice.
Fuck.
I will say there's a caveat to my niceness. The shot, the best visual in this for me is the shot with the knife.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. We're right on the beach where it's coming down to his eye.
Yep, Cruz is on the beach, lying down. Knife is like a couple of millimetres away from his eye. Mm-hmm. And I made a note that said the best VFX shot in this whole movie might be that shot with the knife close to his eye. But it's not an effect shot.
Is that real?
That's they did it for real.
I tell you what, Tom Cruise and his stunts.
Yep.
Fair play to the man for getting the realism in.
Yeah. So the assistant director and producer, Arthur Anderson, said it was all practical and he didn't sleep well because of it. And they basically measured the distance to Cruise's eye from an overhead rig, and the knife was connected to this hopefully strong cable.
Whoa.
And then Cruise even told Dougray Scott to push down as hard as he could to make it look real.
Oh my God.
So that's the nice bit, right? Amazing, right? You've done an amazing thing here. Great. But all that effort, and I thought it was a VFX shot. How ridiculous is that? Not because I assumed, because the way it's the way it's lit and the way it's shot that makes it look like an effect shot. Like everything's just too bright in all the wrong places. Mm-hmm. And this happens a lot in Hollywood. Just recently in The Fall Guy, they have so many of the stunts they did in that movie that were real and did them properly, but because everything is over-processed, it looks fake. And the raw BTS of The Fall Guy was far more impressive than it was in the movie. And it's just like another example of that here. Like, what's the point in taking that risk when it doesn't look great? That's
interesting. I've not actually seen it. I've been meaning to watch that film. I'd like to see it.
I was excited about it, didn't like it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So yes, great stunt by Tom Cruise, but hey-ho. Any more for you on visuals?
No.
What do you think of the music then?
Well, in my mind, there was a lot more Limp Bizkit and a lot more Metallica for some reason.
That's my first note.
For fuck's sake, this is so
I was expecting
funny.
this to be full of like rock guitar stabs, like the whole dun.
I remember the Limp Bizkit thing being quite a thing. You know,
I mean, they're not
because
in
I
the
was
whole
really
thing.
into Limp Bizkit at the time. Like, I don't know, $3 bills or whatever. Starfish, the starfish flavored water or whatever the fuck
chocolate
it was.
Stuff.
That one had come out, and that was like, oh, it's a bit edgy music. I was fucking whatever I was, 13. Fucking 14. It was great. And I remember like, oh, this is cool. And I remember like a Metallica track that came out or was in it.
Disappear. Yep.
Hey. And
I mean, you have to listen to the very end of the credits to hear any Limp Bizkit. They put the Metallica track at the end of the start of the credits, effectively, and then Limp Bizkit get a few seconds after it. I thought it was the main thing.
I remember it being in the film more than it was, and they must have been, I guess it must have been played on I don't know, the radio and or Kerrang and what have you. And so I've got this memory of it happening, and maybe it didn't. I remember the Metallica music video being filmed on like the top of the rocks where he was climbing. Stop if I'm wrong. Is that right?
No, I think you're right. That's my memory of it as well.
So I don't know, but again, it's been so long since I've seen this film that I don't know. It's just the mind gets fuzzy, but
because we'll come and talk about the end of the movie in a minute, but it's a really weak ass ending of the movie as they walk through the park and you've got this gentle music playing, and then it kicks in really awkwardly to like this rock version of the Mission Impossible theme, which then crashes into Metallica's I Disappear. And I was really into Metallica at that point, but I was watching this going, where's the Limp Bizkit song? And they barely just squeeze the tiniest bit of it into the credits before it finishes. Hans Zimmer said, and we'll talk about him in a minute, that he said, quotes, "The love theme from Mission Impossible was written about 6 weeks before they started shooting. I was on it that early." And I'm thinking, was that early? Then we had a big meeting in Australia. They had the love theme, and I knew what the story was about. And I always thought it was about these two men being in love with the girl. So I said to the record company guy, "Look, here's one thing I would love you to do. When you find bands for me, make them all female. Make them all about sirens." Of course, what did I get? A bunch of heavy metal bands with guys. I promise you it would have been a better movie, and it would have been a better score. Ooh, Hans. Cheeky you are.
Herr Zimmer. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to the problem is the whole identity of Mission Impossible 2, for me, is sort of built on those two songs by Metallica and Limp Bizkit.
I mean, I thought there was just going to be... I thought when the credit... I thought fucking Limp Bizkit played during the climbing bit, not fucking Ico Ico One Day.
Yeah, same.
Like, what the I had to, like, look it up. Was this originally in the film? Because I thought maybe the rights had changed for streaming or something. You know, that sometimes happens where, like, for example, in House, at the moment, it used to be Teardrop by Massive Attack, and it isn't any longer. It's something that sounds a little bit like Teardrop by Massive Attack. They lost the rights to it or whatever. Absolutely fine. I thought maybe that had happened in the film. Because I thought, this is just fucking weird.
Yeah.
But no,
during that climbing bit where you got Zap Mama playing the song you just said, Eco Eco, it really doesn't fit for me.
It's fucking bizarre.
It's too light for the rest of the movie and quite jarring.
It just doesn't. God, yeah. And even Hans, like
Hans, baby.
It's just. I don't really remember any music from this film at all, and Hans Zimmer is so good and is very memorable. And this wasn't. I don't remember any part of the. In fact, I'm not even sure I knew Hans Zimmer did it until you've just told me about it, which actually surprises me a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
I need to correct myself and say Hans Booby.
That's the one
from Die Hard. Yeah, I mean, I had nothing too much to say about it, and I thought you wouldn't really know it was Zimmer. If it sort of still feels a bit generic for the time. I know he's not really found his feet quite yet in the way he has now, but there's a really nice choral bit that plays under Nyah injecting herself. That stood out to me, and I thought, well, that's lovely.
I have no memory of that.
Yeah. But
there's this great scene where there's this dove flies through a burning door and Cruise walks really slowly. No, I don't. Yeah, no idea.
Any more on music?
No,
it wasn't the worst part of the movie. Let's say that.
No, it wasn't. It just wasn't very memorable.
No. Then let's talk about the things we want to talk about.
Let's. I mean,
do you want to start with rock climbing by any chance?
Right. Okay.
Here we go.
Right.
Shout loudly when you're done, and I'll come back.
All right, fair enough. In fairness, he did it all himself, which is cool. He is amazing at doing his own stunts. And even today, he still does the mentalist of stunts, and I think that is incredible. So props to him. And I envy him because it's all I want to do. Actually, is hang out of planes and jump off stuff. And I would love to do all of the things he does. It's incredible.
Would you do this stunt as he did it?
Yeah, totally.
Do you know how he did it? Are you going to say that before we go too far into it?
What, you mean jumping from one rock to the other?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He jumped from one rock to another. I mean, that's how he did it.
But the studio were concerned about the safety of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure why, because he's on a fucking rope.
Well, that's the thing. So he refused to have a safety net, but he is on a wire, which they obviously removed.
I mean, obviously, fix it in post.
And the crazy thing about this whole scene existing is that Tom Cruise refused to drop the idea of having the scene in because he couldn't think of a better way to reintroduce the character. I thought, what? It's not even a good introduction. I mean, again, really. It's a visually stunning shot for one shot.
Totally.
But repetitive.
I mean, let's face it though. It's memorable. It's the only thing you remember about this film. Everyone knows that climbing scene.
But it's also not relevant to the film.
It's not relevant at all, but everyone remembers it.
He apparently tore his shoulder as well when he jumped from one bit of the cliff to the other.
I heard he broke his foot or his leg or ankle or something like that because he did it 15 times.
Jesus.
And John Woo was talking in a behind the scenes that he was shitting himself because the helicopter got really close. And John Woo was saying, I'm not going to do the accent, but he was saying like, I was really... No, I'm not. I was really... Because bless him, he doesn't speak English the best.
Does it really piss you off?
It does.
This sort of thing
really pisses me off, Mr. Patton.
J.C. Penney.
Canvas.
So the chopper blades got really close, and he was saying like, you know, he was really scared that they were getting. He was just like, I couldn't watch, you know. And you know, it's cool. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Lots of people don't like hanging off cliffs. I get that. I do. I fucking love that shit. So watching this, I'm looking at the climbing and it's like, that's not no, that's not no, that no. And then you can see the chalk marks where they've had to film it. And you know when you see like skid marks on the road or footprints in the snow or footprints on the beach that they've clearly had to film a few times and you just can't get rid of them. Same thing. Chalk marks. It's like, I know exactly the route you've done because you've just obviously done it and shot it a few times. Like,
so there are chalk marks above where he is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and when he's hanging there in that like thing, and then he swings around, it's like, well, there's loads of chalk marks just there, so I know where you're going. So like, that's silly. That annoys me. Nobody climbs like that. Nobody would ever. No.
But also, climbers like you are the only people that have probably noticed that.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm shouting at the screen, and it's like The Princess Bride. No one fences like that, but it's fine. It's great and it's lovely.
How do you think they did the wire? Is the wire physically attached to the top of wherever he's climbing, or is?
I mean, I don't know if he's on a wire. I mean, I can't see him being on a wire.
That's what I read.
Him being on a rope. I mean, God knows. I mean, probably I would have thought rope access. So like, there's a governing body called IRATA who look after anybody that works on ropes. And that's, you know, whether you're welding offshore or doing anything on a wind turbine, for example, things like that. And you have twin ropes. You've got one rope and then you've got a safety rope. So you're hanging on this rope. If this one fails, you automatically get pulled onto this one kind of thing. So I would imagine he'd have been on twin ropes. I can't imagine that he'd be on a wire because there needs to be that flexibility. You need to be on what's called a dynamic rope. So you've got like a Kern mantle construction in the rope. And it's basically, it's not a bungee rope, but it's got that elasticity in the rope kind of thing.
I'm taking a swing here and saying that I think he might have been on, quotes, a wire for digital removal purposes.
But if you had a green rope,
okay, just
I don't know. I don't know, but I can't see him being on a wire. You'd need the dynamic, because when you're jumping and stuff. It'd be jarring. It's not a thing you can do. You know, do you remember when I said about John McClane jumping out of that window on the end of that fire hose? Like, he'd just break his back on the end of that because there's no give in it. There's no bounce in it. You do not fuck around with ropes. You can use static ropes. Actually, yeah, right. You can use static ropes for certain things, but if you're starting to be with dynamic movements, you're going to want dynamic rope. I don't know. Have
you got any more to talk about the climbing?
No, that's it. That's it. Sorry, everyone.
No. It's a fair little bash.
It's hilarious how I mean, of these films I can rip to pieces because I do all these fucking things. It's ridiculous.
The funny thing is, normally when you have your little rant, you sort of go, "Oh God, get over it, mate. It's a movie." But when it comes to this, it's not even it's almost irrelevant. Don't you think? Like, compared to the rest of the stuff that's going on in this movie.
True. Yeah.
The only other rope-related thing I was going to talk about was I just couldn't believe. I'd obviously seen this movie plenty of times before, but I almost couldn't believe my eyes when we get another repeat of Hunt doing a down the cable and stopping at the last minute thing, trying to avoid detection like he did in the first movie, where it was iconic. I was just like, oh, bloody hell, why are we doing this again? There we are. There were a couple of moments of unexpected realism that surprised me, like little touches during the first car chase, the GoldenEye car chase ripoff, where Hunt's nervously trying to put his seatbelt on once they get going, and he sort of looks back and checks on the cars that they pass to make sure they're all right, and it almost offsets the sort of mental amount of car spinning, looking at each other in slow-mo that goes on forever.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But like, there's some nice bits in there.
Is there? Okay.
What have you got?
Do you know what? I've said it all.
Oh, okay.
I've been looking at my notes, and I have already talked about all of it.
I've got two things left on my notes then.
Yeah.
One is the plot. I mean, it might have been my sort of...
Sorry, was there a plot? Shit.
Oh, you missed that bit, did you?
I did. I didn't realise there was a plot here.
It might have been my jet-lagged state of mind while I was watching this, but it was simultaneously both a very simple plot, but also the most convoluted and confusing thing ever. Yeah, I just... what really is going on here? But my biggest complaint with this fucking movie, and it's almost the biggest complaint I have with the franchise, is fucking masks. Oh, God.
But
how many times?
It just because it didn't happen in the first one at all. It's like they introduced it in the second one.
Did they? I thought they did do one of them. I thought there was like one.
Oh, shit.
In the first one. Yeah, I think that's where it came from, because they don't in any way explain it in this.
Fair enough.
I think they did it once in the first one. But I hate them. I've always hated them. And the problem is it makes everything you see pointless, because there's no reason to believe anything, and you're almost always second guessing anything. By the time
I think that little microchip that's on the voice box is shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, no.
By the time we get, I think, the third or the fourth mask reveal of Sean Ambrose peeling off Hunt's face, having deceived Nyah, it isn't the shocking twist I imagine they hoped it would be. Instead, it's just fucking exhausting. Mm-hmm. And we get the obvious shooting of Hunt, who turns out to be Hugh. And then there's some really wonky visuals of Tom Cruise running and removing that Hugh mask, which seems far too big. But the whole masks thing just undermines every bit of story and twist.
Mm-hmm.
So sick of it. And I know they carry it on, don't they, for, I think, all the way through the franchise. It's just the worst plot device ever.
Yeah.
I have a thing with mobile phones ruining modern movies, but this is the worst thing ever to exist in the movie franchise.
I mean, the only thing that I think about the masks is it scanned quite well. I think that's the only thing that the editing that was all right. Is it when it flicks between actors, I thought it was quite all right. There wasn't like a deliberate cut in it. It was fairly seamless, and I remember rewinding.
You mean the effect?
Yeah, when he was on the plane and he
part.
takes Cruise takes the mask off and he got Doug Gray Scott underneath. I did rewind it a few times just to see where kind of like the cut was. Couldn't see it at all. I thought that was, actually all right. It was about the only bit of the film.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the end of the movie. It's 2 hours.
I don't think I can actually even remember it. You're gonna have to tell me again. I can't remember. Do you know what? I watched it a week ago.
No, I watched it 2 days ago.
And what I did is I wrote these notes earlier today, and I quickly had a scan through of a few scenes just to refresh my memory. I don't think I got to the end, and I cannot remember the end. Which is terrible, isn't it?
You have the fight on the beach.
Yeah, that bit. WWF.
And then the next thing I remember is them walking through that park. And it's the end.
Is that it?
Brilliant.
Right.
I don't know if there was anything in between that.
I mean, there's nothing fucking memorable, is it?
Normally at this point we go, was it an ending that, stood up and justified the rest of the movie and was a good payoff, and there wasn't really anything setting up the end.
No.
That's the thing. No. What the fucking hell was going on with this movie? Oh, I can't even think about it.
How did they then go, oh yeah, we'll make a 3?
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Because the rest of the franchise
it's great.
Much continues on this path more than the path of the original.
It's great.
And they
Henry
sort of find
Cavill's
a way to
in one of them, which is great.
I will say I always hated 3. I saw 3 once and I didn't watch the rest of the franchise for many years.
I couldn't
until
tell
the
you.
new ones came out.
Couldn't tell you 3.
And then the problem is they do Mission Impossible, and then they do Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible 3. Then they fuck with it and start losing out the numbers and calling things like Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol
and I just get
and
so confused by
Dead
it.
Reckoning and Last Reckoning and...
Well, the irony is that the penultimate movie was, I think, Dead Reckoning Part 1, and then the finale was Final Reckoning. They changed the name of it before release.
Excellent.
Right, favourite scenes and lines. You don't have any, do you?
The credits. The end.
There are a couple of good lines in this, right? 50% of them from me come from Anthony Hopkins. He says, "This is not mission. This is not mission difficult, Mr. Hunt. It's mission impossible. Difficult should be a walk in the park for you."
Excellent. Yeah.
And funny enough, me and Julia were talking about this before the movie. It's never mission impossible, sort of by definition. Otherwise, they would never succeed. But that's not a criticism aimed at this movie. And then I've got one that I've just tagged as bloody lying, shagging women. Hunt refuses to involve Thandiwe Newton's character. He tells Anthony Hopkins she's got no training for this kind of thing. And then Hopkins says, "What, to go to bed with a man and lie to him? She's a woman. She's got all the training she needs." Which
Excellent.
is just absolutely savage. I quite enjoyed that one. And then Dougray Scott, in the middle of a gunfight, tells his crew, "Oh, put a sock in it!"
Nice Scottish there.
Yeah, I sort of regretted it as soon as I started doing it. It's not as good as yours, and
I
yours
know.
is apparently a hate crime, according to one of our Scottish
I
patrons.
love that. I love that.
And I got one more, which
Bloody
is...
hell.
Yeah, well, Hunt says this to Nyah, who's just injected herself with the chimera, and he refuses to shoot her, which is the solution. And this, we've got 19 hours and 58 minutes. Just stay alive. Cue slow-mo shooting and Hunt jumping out of a building. This is peak Mission Impossible 2 woo, and I think it's become a bit of a meme for over-the-top movie making. And what's mental is this really intense over-the-top scene ends with people staring at each other and they just fade to black. It's so shit. But this, you know, you don't go, we've got 20 hours, just stay alive for 20 hours. We've got 19 hours and 58 minutes.
It's quite specific, isn't it?
Fucking hell. Yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of? Is Flash, we've only got 29 hours to save the Earth.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Apologies to Melody Anderson for whatever that was. Right, it's time to rank it.
D.
How long are we? D. You've given it the D.
Yep.
Julia gave it a D.
I bet she did. It's an action film, right? And it's supposed to be bombastic. But like, entertain me. Don't bore me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even mind if it's just shit, but like, all right, that was an entertaining romp of like, you know, just crap. But I don't know, whatever. I was just bored. Genuinely bored. And I don't actually remember it being this boring or bad.
It's funny. It's Mission Impossible to not compare it to Mission Impossible 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that film hadn't existed and this was the first, I wonder if we would see it differently. They're so different.
Completely different. Completely different. But
and
it's
I
been
was
done
so-
before, like I said, with Alien and Aliens. You know, it's just like you've got two completely different premises, but it works. And this was just bad.
I was so excited to watch this because it was such a big movie for me when I was younger. And it just didn't land. It was like, what is this that I'm watching? Julia described it as one of the most ridiculous movies she'd seen in a long time. So I think I can't even be bothered. This is the thing. It moved me so little, I can't even be bothered to think about giving it anything other than a D.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I tried to give it a C, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I just think we've given C's to other movies that were better.
We
than
enjoyed
this.
more. Yeah, no, I can't give it anything other than a D, I'm afraid.
It's sort of in its defence. It's very much a movie of its time. And for some reason, that era made some really sort of definitive and iconic, very much a product of their time, more than anything else in sort of cinematic history. It was the era where colour grading became digital and all this kind of stuff, and they were pushing the boundaries and, in a way, finding what didn't work. What was interesting was this won both Best Male Performance for Tom Cruise and Best Action Sequence at the MTV Movie Awards. But also it was nominated for 2 Golden Raspberry Awards for Worst Remake or Sequel and Worst Supporting Actress for Thandiwe Newton.
No way.
Yeah.
I
As
didn't
well
know.
as a Stinker Award at the 2000 something or other for the worst song for Limp Bizkit.
Whoa. I had no idea it was up for raspberries.
Yeah. It's not good, is it? We got some Patreon comments, right?
I better open those up.
Let's see if they were kinder.
I found one here by
Oh, you have?
Bryn, who says, when I saw this movie in the cinema in 2000, I loved it.
Oh,
Much
me too.
better than its predecessor, I thought. So
What?
I was really looking forward to watching it for the second time, 26 years later. But
I
having
love
just
that you
finished it,
enjoyed the movie so much that he didn't watch it for decades.
but having just finished it, I realised that my 23-year-old self was seduced by style over substance. The thin story is full of stuff that didn't make much sense. The admittedly exciting action set pieces were often taken to such extremes that they were hard to take seriously. Tom Cruise was suitably square-jawed, but when he wasn't kicking ass, he was a bit boring. Dougray Scott was brooding, but a bit underwhelming, and Thandiwe Newton was, well, just kind of annoying. Having said all that, it did have style, and there were things to enjoy, such as the vocal parts of Zimmer's score.
Yes. Yeah, that's the bits I pointed out.
Yep. But having given GoldenEye, a much better movie I kept comparing this to, a B, I have no choice to go with a strong C.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Strong C.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough. Simon, our resident Scottish victim of hate crime, said, I love the Mission franchise, but this is easily the worst outing of them all. It's such a jarring change from the first film that even the usual John Woo tropes of slow motion and doves and doves in slow motion can't save this mess of a film. The actors are really trying, but essentially a long late 90s style music video. Oh, there we go. The action set pieces are just okay, which isn't acceptable for this kind of film. Yes, exactly. If you turn your brain off, it's almost passable, and it did cause the correction that led to the rest of the franchise, so we can't be too mad at it. And to think poor Dougray Scott turned down Wolverine to do this film,
Right.
it's an easy C for me in essential stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. Won't argue with that too much.
Jock J. Oh, God.
Tries to say it again.
Doc JT says, whatever happened to Dougray Scott?
Indeed. I don't actually know the answer either.
No. Apparently he was in a TV series Vigil.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It was on a nuclear submarine, but I don't remember him in that at all. Because it's a good series as well. But
Kat says she watched it the other day. It's pure brain candy cinema. Loud, slick, unplug your brain and sit back and enjoy the ride. I sort of did all of that without enjoying the ride bit. Yes, it's formulaic. You know Ethan will save the world and get the girl, but that's part of the ride. The whole series runs on adrenaline, and knowing Tom does his own stunts, mostly without CGI or green screen, that so many action films rely on now, gives the series charm and credibility. Yeah, the opening climbing sequence is great. Yeah.
okay.
Yes, I know there were wires edited out, and I'm sure in reality you wouldn't do anything like that climbing. I also feel sure AJ will have already critiqued this to death.
Yep.
Correct. Dougray Scott plays an
Sorry.
outstanding and subtly sexy villain. This is not S tier by any stretch. I can't give it an A either, as it's not the best in the series, but I'll be generous and give it a B.
Whoa.
Oh, we've got BCD on this one.
Wow.
BCD. We use those to dive.
Don't we just? Buoyancy control device.
Well, that's interesting. What a spread.
That is quite interesting, actually.
One of the reasons I picked this and not the original was because I felt like we'd done such a great run of really good movies, mostly in the 80s.
We should
And
do
I
a
thought,
shit one.
Let's just do something that might have some different opinions on it. I was expecting to be the one going, this is fucking brilliant, I'm giving it an A. And I thought I would give it an A going into this.
No way.
Yeah. And I thought me and you would be arguing about it. We've just both been ranting for an hour.
I know. Oh, mate, I'm so sorry. I thought it was absolute fucking dog shit.
Well, we agree. Right,
Yeah.
if you want more things about Tom Cruise, we'll both be back next week with the Fast Forward episode, and it's going to be an era's tour around his career as we look over some of his movies. You looking forward to talking more about Tom Cruise and less about Mission Impossible 2?
Definitely. Yes, I am.
Good. So what's the next movie we'll be rewinding on the main show in 2 weeks' time?
Well,
Because it's your turn.
it is my turn.
I picked this. Can't get any worse.
It can't. I ummed and ahed with quite a few different ones, and I came down to the you have no power over me.
Oh. Familiar?
Mm-hmm.
What decade? 80s?
80s.
I don't know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I look forward to probably Googling that and finding out what it is.
Jennifer Colony.
Oh! Yes, I'm in.
Oh yes. It's only because my daughter had to didn't have to. She won a prize for dressing as David Bowie the other day, and Angus
way.
has just made a David Bowie shirt for school art or something. I don't know. So I think David Bowie's floating around my head, and he does most days anyway, rent free. So I thought, you know what, we'll do that one.
I literally saw something on social media of some new sort of figurines that were launched about it. I thought that's interesting. Dance, magic, dance.
Oh,
Excellent.
Can't wait.
Excellent.
Because I'd like to see it again, to be honest.
Yeah. You don't want to go that way.
Whoa! I'd have led him straight to the fucking castle if you'd gone that way. That's
not fair.
Is that where she's drawing the little lipstick things on the on the thing? Anyway, please leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever. It all really helps. You can also find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Rewind Classic Movies. If you want to drop us an email, it's rewindclassicmovies@gmail.com.
Right, that's the show. Thank you so much for spending time with us. If you want to come out, get behind-the-scenes updates, bonus content, or early access to the episodes, then head over to our Patreon, where you can get a backlot pass for just $5 a month. We'll see you next week. Sorry about the mess. Say goodbye, AJ.
Bye.